I'm ready to drop one of these bombs.
Yeah, okay. What else you got?
You know what I want to get into.
The Greedo thing first?
Might as well.
Okay, let's do it. So
I got banned from LA apparently.
so I'll lay out how this took place from my
Go
perspective.
ahead.
Greedo has a former manager from his hood, a homie of his who he was always rolling with early on in his career. So I was around him a few times as a result of them being super tight.
Right.
And then at a certain point, they had a falling out. I don't even know the details of how all that played out, but I believe that they tried to get into contact with Greedo. When Greedo got released, Greedo wasn't really fucking with them. So they hit me up and they say, yo, Adam, we got paperwork that proves that Greedo's a snitch. I say to them, I don't really do that, you know? Like, I don't expose people for snitching. If it's already out there, if there's a whole conversation about it, then I could perhaps have a conversation about it. But I'm not going to be the one who stamps this paperwork and says that it's legit. But I told them, if you want to, like, get it verified or not verified, like if you want to find out if it's legit, I can give you 1090 Jake's number because he's pretty much the guy right now that would be the one who people are going to listen to about if this shit is real or not. So I put you guys in touch. And then there was a period of a couple weeks where I didn't hear anything about it. And then you end up making the video about him. So what made you actually feel confident that the paperwork that they were showing you was valid?
All right, so I'm glad you put that out there too, because nobody knows how I got in contact with those specific people.
Right.
The point in time where nothing was going on was just me trying to get the paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
So they were able to send it over to me. I was able to read everything. Normally, when people fake paperwork, they fake a page, right? This was 26 pages and then like another 20 pictures. So it was pictures from the search of the vehicle showing the meth, the guns, the car itself, where they hid the meth. I'm reading everything. I'm like, bro, this ain't fake. You know what I mean? It's got the man's social security number on it. It's got his address. It's got his tattoos on his body. It's got all this information. It's got the officers' names, badge numbers, everything. So I'm like, nah, this is official. You know what I'm saying? So I did the video on it, and I was honestly surprised that I knew there was gonna be people on both sides. I was surprised that they said that paperwork doesn't count because it's an arrest report.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the fuck you mean it doesn't count? And then he never said it was real or fake. He said whether it's real or fake, whatever he said, you know? And we never had a back and forth. It wasn't like he said anything. I don't think he said anything disrespectful when you interviewed him.
Greedo about you?
Yeah.
No, not
I don't
really.
think he ever did. I don't think I've ever said anything disrespectful.
Because Katie kind of tried to smear you and act like you were a fucked up dude, and then Greedo.
Listen, I'm gonna get on that bitch in a second.
But Greedo kind of jumped in and was basically had to acknowledge that he, as a gangster, can't hold it against you trying to expose snitches because you're doing something that gangsters would appreciate.
He, as a gangster, wouldn't come on here and say it's a problem if it is a problem. Mm-hmm. You know, so it goes both ways. At the same time, bro, on parole, your freedom's more important than anything. You can't get tricked out the street. He'd be stupid to come up here and be like, oh yeah, when we see 1090J,
right?
You know. And I've gotten messages from a lot of people from his hood, either one way or another. So I don't know what the fuck it is. It's not like I ever planned on going over there to begin with. But my whole thing was, if it ain't the truth, I'm gonna find out what the truth is. And they said that the paperwork wasn't real, whatever, doesn't count. So what I did is I sent in a request for the paperwork, and I got it all, 26 pages.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty much the exact same thing that was sent to me by the other grapes.
Okay.
So this is from the Potter County Sheriff's Office. Let me make sure there's not nothing that you don't want to put out there that's crazy or whatever. But I have everything regarding the case. I'm not going to show you this page by page, but the statements are all in here.
Mm-hmm.
The statement that was given in the back of the police car saying, damn, man, we fucked up, da-da-da. And then the interview with the DEA agent where his co-defendant said, you know, I'm not going to talk. 03 Greedo was like, yeah, I got paid $3,000 to travel with him. I felt like something illegal was going on. It's all in here and was sent by the sheriff's department. So anybody can request this from the sheriff's department. And the thing about this is they said, oh, it's fake because that's not court paperwork. He said he's going to request his discovery. This report would be in his discovery. The only difference is it's going to have the court seals on it because you're getting it from the courthouse.
Mm-hmm.
So they're sending you a copy from the courthouse. This is the copy from the sheriff's department. This same fucking thing's going to be there. Now, he said he was going to get the video. I requested the video, the body cam footage, and the interrogation. And like I said, the retention period, they said it doesn't exist. So if he's able to get that, it's going to be from the DA, and whatever he's going to show is what he's going to show. At the end of the day, the most bad thing about that was the interview with the DEA. That's what's really going to make the difference. I don't know if he can get that or will get that. But Katie, so I guess Katie was the paralegal because her father is one of the biggest lawyers in Texas.
Right.
And she had a lot of hurtful things to say about me
Right.
Online.
Right.
And she brought up a lot of things that I found contradictions in. So Katie, like you know, shot a homeless man
Right.
for getting too close to a Porsche or whatever it was, got an attempted murder charge, and I'm assuming because of her father, ended up with probation.
Mm.
So this man right here, let me find his
So
name.
she took a plea deal. She didn't beat the case.
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I'm assuming it was a plea, right?
Okay.
Because who the fuck goes to trial for attempted murder and leaves with probation?
Right.
That sounds kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
But Ben Crump, who's a civil rights attorney, he had some things to say about her
Uh-huh.
along the lines of calling out, oh yeah, a white girl with a lawyer daddy doesn't get any time for attempted murder.
Right.
She sues him for $40 million.
What is libelous about him saying that?
Man, fuck that. Listen to this, right? She sues him for 40 mil, but she was up here when y'all talked saying, oh, they grabbed Greedo because he's a black man, and this was before George Floyd when anyone gave a fuck. But the same black man you suing for $40 million is the head of the defense for George Floyd's family. So doesn't that tie in a little bit weird that the same case you're referencing, you're suing the legal defense for that man? It doesn't really add up.
I was kind of shocked that she mentioned George Floyd by name like at least 3 times during that conversation.
By this here. I'm gonna let you read this because I don't want to get
guessing,
sued because this bitch loves to sue.
This is what I did not have it in my heart to
Go ahead and
repeat.
read that title out from Daily Mail that anybody can Google.
I already seen this on your Instagram story, so I know I'm not breaking any news. But photographs of Porsche driving lawyer's daughter who shot a homeless man in self-defense appears on website advertising herself as an $800 an hour escort and stripper. She is facing attempted murder charges for shooting Gerald Melton in Nashville on August 26th. And her lawyer father said that she was that's about the shooting. Yeah.
And then this is the actual ad on the escort website. Now, mind you, this could be somebody using her pictures.
Right.
So we got to give her the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? Maybe this isn't her selling pussy for $800. But the fact that all this ties in, it doesn't end with that. Apparently in 2013, she was arrested for assaulting her mother, but all charges were dropped, most likely because of the dad, I'm assuming.
Quackenbush.
She called me a wigger, but she had a rap video out.
Really?
That got taken down from YouTube on her own page.
Lane is seen above in a video where she raps her song "Ski Tips Up, Hose Down."
Yeah, so she went from a rapper to a country singer, an alleged escort, and then, yeah, the suing shit. I mean, she's all over the fucking place with it. So, you know, the thing about court, right? If I got somebody that's going to speak on my behalf, that would be like a credible witness.
Mm-hmm.
So the second she said anything, the internet assumed, oh, she must be a real attorney.
Right.
She must be this, she must be that. But then you go on Google and find out who she is. Is this still a credible witness?
Right.
Everyone, you the fuck? Hold on. You sued a black guy after you shot a homeless guy for being whatever on some Karen shit. And then you're allegedly selling pussy. There was another article saying she threatened to hit a baby with a brick.
A baby?
There's a lot of shit on this girl. So it's like, I don't know why the fuck she was so comfortable speaking out when I can find all this shit.
Right.
And then this is where she slipped up when y'all spoke. 03 Greedo denied the $3,000 statement. She said when you were speaking to her, oh, the only thing he said about $3,000, and then she stopped herself, and then she changed the topic. So she mentions it, but then she caught herself. So it's like, at this point, I'm not going to keep making content on that situation. I don't give a fuck if he's good or not in his own hood. Members of his own hood sent the shit to me. How I view it is, if there's a problem with that, then you solve that within your inner circle.
Right.
The fact that it made it to my doorstep, you put me in contact with whoever, it got to me, y'all figure that out with them.
Right.
But I'm going to stand on, no, you can publicly get all this shit. It's available.
So, I mean, Greedo's defense basically of himself seemed to be that he said that he didn't make those statements that they were that are written in the paperwork. Now they are written in the paperwork, but it's like the statement was basically that there's no evidence that he actually said these things, that the police could have been oversimplifying or just lying about what he said.
Yeah, you know what my problem with that is I'll show somebody an arrest report, right? And I'll be like, is this your social security number? I did this with Pino when I found out he snitched. Is this your social? Yeah. Is this your address? Yeah. Is this your mother? Yeah. Did you get arrested on this day? Yeah. You got arrested for this? Yeah. You snitch right here? Nah. So everything else is fucking right except the shit you don't like? That's how I view it. Because they didn't know he was a rapper. And for whatever reason, he decided to say, I'm a rapper.
Right.
When he got pulled over. So it's not like they know who he is and they're trying to trump some shit up. And she's saying it was because he's black and this and that, and it's country as fuck over there, and they're all racist, but then she's suing civil rights lawyers and George Floyd's legal.
Yeah, that's what I found confusing about what she was saying. She's saying, like, they were pulled over because he's black. Maybe, but people get pulled over all the time, right?
I think he would have been better off having his actual attorney speak out instead of her.
Right.
But with his situation, he said he's going to get the video.
But were you saying that the video's not available?
To me.
That you tried to get it and it wasn't available?
Yeah, but you can. I haven't requested it through the DA. I don't know if the DA still have it. So with all these body cam footages that come out, all that shit, those are requests to the police departments or the sheriff's office.
Right.
Like the Island Boys, that was through the sheriff's office because all county jails are run by the sheriffs.
Right.
It's the county. So when you get locked up, they bring you in there. Everything in there is involving the county. So you're going to reach out to the county to get that video. The county does not have the arrest footage of 03 Greedo anymore. So if the DA doesn't have it, the district attorney, it doesn't exist.
Right, because this was like almost 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, it was a while ago. Well, I mean, if it's in evidence, like with Pino's shit, I got that from the DA. They keep it forever.
Oh, okay.
If I hit up the police department that arrested him, they wouldn't have it.
You think Katie's kind of bad?
No.
You know?
Fuck no.
She followed me on Instagram. I was looking at her page.
I follow her on Instagram.
Didn't look too bad.
Yeah, I think we're cool.
I think 800 is fair.
She sent me a whole bunch of shit, like, you know, saying things about me, and I just sent her a little, you know, but we follow each other.
Oh, you followed her back. I didn't follow her back. Maybe I should.
She followed me and I followed her back, yeah.
I tried it.
She'll send me messages going crazy. I'll just go like a post.
Really?
Yeah. Trying to, you know, be cool here.
I don't know. Yeah, man. With the Greedo thing, too, it's like part of his defense was basically like, why would I say these things? It would not make sense for me to have said these things.
Exactly. That's why we're questioning why the fuck it was said. That's the fucking point.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, but he didn't give a name. You don't have to give a name.
Right.
Fuck you mean? Who did it? I didn't give a name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck would you say you felt like something illegal was going on? You got paid $3,000 to drive somewhere with somebody.
But then his other thing was say that his co-defendant basically did like no time, and then he got 20 years and did 5 years, right?
A first-time offender. He didn't have an arrest history. So Pino's defense was, oh, my co-defendants only got probation. I went to prison. You had already been to prison. They never got in trouble with the law. So Greedo already, it says it in the paperwork that the officer saw Greedo has a history of weapon-related offenses. It doesn't say anything about that with the co-defendant. So the co-defendant gets probation and you get time in prison. If you're a felon and you get caught with a gun, that can become a Fed case.
But he got caught with pounds of meth and multiple stolen guns.
4 pounds of meth, 2 stolen guns.
But that's not going to get you probation even if it's your first offense, right? I would think.
I mean, I don't know if you got the rawest fucking lawyer in Texas who's getting his daughter off on an attempted murder charge. You never know. Money talks.
Yeah.
The other thing I have in question is I saw his co-defendant come up here and say what he said, but he's in 2 recordings saying otherwise.
Saying that
he was saying what I thought. Why the fuck would you say some weird shit like you got paid to do this and that? And apparently there was a rumor that Greedo was trying to allege that the co-defendant was snitching. But the co-defendant came up here and said otherwise. Boston Richie's co-defendant went on Say Cheese and said otherwise. My whole thing is, like I said, I don't care, but I'm going to stand on what I do as a job. I don't put out fake shit. I'm not saying something or alleging towards something because I just pulled it out of nowhere. It exists. It's right there. Anyone can get it. A lot of people don't want to get it. A lot of people are looking for the truth with their eyes closed.
Right.
It's like, I can't help you with that, you know?
Well, okay, let's put it in perspective, though. What we're talking about Greedo doing was basically allegedly saying a few boneheaded things during the process of being arrested, right? You can't really put this on the level of some of the other snitching stuff that we've talked about, right?
When you compare it to the level of other people, you're trying to downgrade what he said, right? But what you can do is try to break down the definition of snitching.
Right.
When 2 people commit a crime and one person tries to get out of it by placing blame, that's generally what people say is snitching. So with Greedo saying to a DEA agent, I felt like something weird was going on. I felt like something illegal was going on. Is that what I think he exactly said? I didn't know about any of the meth or the guns, but I got paid $3,000 to drive from Vegas to Texas with him. What are you alleging?
Yeah, I don't really.
Put it in perspective, Adam. What are you alleging?
I mean, his main argument was that he didn't say it.
Gunna got pulled over in a car with Thug. They found some shit in the car. Police said, is this yours to Gunna? He said, it ain't mine. People say Gunna's a rat for that. Because if it ain't yours, it must be Thug's. What's the difference with this case?
If that's all that Greedo said, though, I don't even think we'd be having this conversation right now. If that's all that he allegedly said, because I'm not trying to close the door on.
No, facts,
you know?
yeah. I mean, bro, if he comes out with a video sitting with the DA and he's like, I want a lawyer, I'm not saying shit. All right, I'm going to go with it.
Yeah.
They must have lied.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if that doesn't come out, what else do we have to go off? His word?
So you've heard from Greedo directly, or you've just had like associates of his tap in with you being upset about
No, I've never spoke to Greedo.
Okay.
I don't even know if they're his associates. They're just a bunch of DMs from people with grape emojis. I don't know none of them.
And see, that's the weird thing too, is because people will say so and so, like people from his hood say that he's a snitch. That sounds very damning. But he clearly has people defending him and people who are against him.
Someone that's close to him hit me up, and we didn't speak on no bullshit. He was like, "Yo, if it's real, it's real. Motherfuckers gonna stand on it." But I've never seen it, so I sent everything to him, and we didn't speak after that.
Right.
You know, like I'm not really trying to keep up to date with the shit.
Yeah.
Cause I got bro that you introduced me to. He'll still hit me up and he's like, "Yeah, we're doing this, we're doing that." I was like, "All right," but I'm not really invested in it. Like I'm not gonna promote a smear campaign. I'm just gonna cover the paperwork.
It's weird too, though, because people initially were trying to act like this is why he got out in 5 years instead of 20.
No,
which that's not the case.
I think that
right?
has to do with the percentage of how much time you gotta do in Texas.